Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Of course, my name is Kent. The channel is EOS San Diego, and of course I come to you from Carlsbad, California, which ever since COVID has been pretty unlike it typically was before the pandemic, so not very lively. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit tonight about something else that, in my opinion, isn't all that lively, which is EOS. As everybody knows that's watched this channel and follows me on YouTube at all, knows that I've been a huge supporter of EOS. I'd say one of the biggest proponents of EOS that there is on YouTube. I've made probably close to 1,000 videos, mostly talking about the EOS blockchain, about EOS, about cryptocurrencies. So I've been a huge supporter of EOS. And naturally, like everybody, most of the people that watch my channel, they also like EOS and support EOS and want EOS to be successful. And we've been doing so. We've been doing so for quite a few years now, ever since pre-launch of the EOS blockchain. But I want to talk a little bit tonight about what's wrong with EOS. What's wrong with EOS, kind of in my mind, because in my mind, EOS isn't where it should be. It's totally undervalued. It doesn't get nearly as much attention as it deserves. And in my opinion, very little is being said, or very few people are touting EOS for what it really is. In fact, most of the people that talk to me about EOS mainly talk to me about it in a negative way. That it's EOS is dead, I'm glad I sold my EOS, I wish I would have gotten out sooner, I hung on too long, and all these other things. So I get this all the time. But I also see the other side of it, which is how well and how the chain is doing in regards to running an application on the chain that we are doing currently with the challenge application. So we're running the application, built the application, developed the application, continue to improve the application, and we cannot be happier with how well it's working. And so in my mind, the problem with EOS isn't EOS, the blockchain. The problem with EOS is the fact no one is really giving EOS the credit that it deserves, including Dan Larimer. And that's why I have made a challenge on the challenge application to anyone that wants to make this challenge, anybody wants to take this challenge up, to have Dan Larimer talk with me on this channel, on YouTube, to do an interview with me. I've reached out to him a couple times, long time ago, before the chain even launched, tried to get him to do an interview with me. He did an interview with Ivan on Tech, but he never did an interview with me. And he never responded to me, but I only reached out to him one time on Telegram, and I never got him to respond. But I did talk to him up in San Francisco. I wanted to ask him to come on his channel, but it was up there, it was right after, I think it was right before the hackathon started. And of course, we were trying to show him the challenge application. My son was showing it to him on the phone. So most of our talk with him at that point was just around the application, because we hadn't launched it, and he was really trying to encourage us to be part of the one of the show. When we wanted us to be part of the show, he wanted us to get up and present on stage and participate as far as the rewards were concerned. And we kind of told him that we weren't prepared for that. We were more like, we'd already had an up and working application, so we didn't want to have to, we weren't trying to get money together to do that. We'd already done that. So that's kind of where we had a little discussion with him, and then I didn't really ask him to come on the channel after that. But anyway, I'm making a challenge. So anybody wants to get Dan, however, and I know other people at Block One, I've talked to other people at Block One, but I haven't asked him for this favor. But if anybody can get Dan to come on this channel and talk about EOS and discuss the future and what's going on and why they are trading at $3.10, which is basically $3 billion when they raised $4 billion. So they're actually trading less than the money they raised. $1 billion less than the money they raised. Not only that, EOS had an all-time high in the 20s, I think $21, somewhere around that range. They were at $3. The other thing too, at one time I think they're third or fourth biggest market cap blockchain in the world, or biggest market cap cryptocurrency in the world. Now I see tonight they're 13th. There was a time when we thought EOS was going to jump to number 2 over Ethereum. And since that time, Ethereum has just continued to become more valuable and being used by more developers, and EOS continues to not be. While EOS is actually the developer's blockchain, because first of all, you eliminate the gas fees of using the blockchain. Secondly, it operates in a proof of work or proof of stake, not a proof of work environment, which means it's a much faster blockchain, and it just works better. I mean, I think it's a superior blockchain, and anybody and the development sees that, because a lot of things going on right now, the DeFi and whatnot, is very difficult to run on Ethereum. If it would move over to EOS, I think things could be much better for him. So I'm making a challenge for Dan to come on this channel and talk to me. I don't know that he will or not, but if you can get it done, it's worth about $400. I put a challenge out for 130 EOS. All you need to do is download the challenge application and accept the challenge, make a comment, show me that either you talked to him or you had a discussion with him on Telegram, or you had a tweet with him, or whatever it is, and asked him to come on this channel. And by all means, he should come on this channel. And the reason why he should come on this channel, not only because I think he needs to be out there more, he needs to become more vocal, but there's almost 5,000 people that have subscribed to this channel. And I looked at the demographics of this channel the other night, and actually only about 20% of the people that watch this channel have subscribed. So if that's the case, we're only getting 20% subscribed, so there's almost 5,000 subscribers. There's a lot of people watching this channel that aren't subscribing. So there's a lot of people that are familiar with EOS that watch this channel. There's a lot of people that get views on this channel, even though they don't subscribe, and we've got 5,000 subscribers. I mean, he should want to talk to these people. He should want to talk to me. I've been talking about this blockchain for a couple of years. Pre-launch, we have one of the most successful applications running on the EOS blockchain. He should want to talk to the 5,000 people that have subscribed to this channel, and probably the 20 or 30,000 people that watch this channel that don't subscribe but they still watch. He should want to do all that, and that's why I'm issuing this challenge for him to do so. And I'd also issue the challenge for him to do so because I see the difference between Ethereum and EOS is Vitalik versus someone like Dan Larimer. Now, I know not everybody is an extrovert. They're willing to go out and talk to people. But I see Vitalik everywhere. Every time I click on a video or somebody's doing an interview, I see Vitalik. I even click on Vitalik's videos or click on videos about Ethereum, and I see Vitalik speaking Chinese in China. So the guy learned Chinese to go over and talk to the Chinese audience. I mean, if I was the head of EOS right now, and I had raised $4 billion and I was trying to expand the amount of people that were using my blockchain, I think I'd learn another language. And I think Chinese would not be a bad idea, because I've seen Vitalik speak Chinese and see how the crowd reacts to him speaking in their own language. And it's pretty amazing. And you got a billion and a half people over there that are hungry for the blockchain. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what kind of person Dan is. Seems like a nice guy. I don't know if he's an introvert or an extrovert. But you got to go out and talk about the product. You got to go out and talk about what you got, how much you have to offer to people, developers. You got to get out there and you got to win over the developers. You got to get the developers excited, and the only way to do that is to talk to them, meet up with them, do lots of media, and talk the stuff that's probably not the most exciting for you to talk about, but talk about the stuff that people want to hear, which is the stuff that the blockchain stuff, the potential here and what's going to happen, what's being built. It seems like what's going on right now with EOS is you have a lot of pontification, a lot of talking philosophy and pontification about the economy and about monetary policies and just a lot of theoretical stuff that's really just, in my mind, going nowhere, because we're blockchain people. We're not making a policy in the world. We're not coming up with alternative sources of income for people to live on. We're trying to develop something, build something, and talk stuff that's, the developers can get involved with, not just speculate about UBI or speculate about, anything else that has to do with theoretical ideas and world politics and stuff like that. You need to talk the common sense, basic language of those people that are using, investing, and wanting to develop on this blockchain. I think right now that's not happening. So I've issued this challenge to Dan. I don't know if he ever watched a video of mine or not. I think when I saw him up at I wanted to say Las Vegas, but actually San Francisco. I introduced myself. I asked him if he knew who I was because I'd already been making videos. He said he didn't. So I don't know if he's a YouTuber or even watches YouTube videos or knows anything about it. Mike Novogratz knew who I was because when I introduced myself to Mike Novogratz, he told me that he'd watched my videos. And then another number of people from Block One, their media person, and about 3 or 4 other people that were at the hackathon from Block One come up and introduced themselves, said that they'd seen my videos and everything. But I did that. Dan, either he didn't want to say that he'd had seen me or knew who I was, but he certainly didn't act like it, and maybe for good reason. Maybe there was a time there where, and still is, an idea where you're supposed to be kind of decentralized. The community is separate from the actual launch, and of course that's pre-days of being given the waiver by the Security and Exchange Commission. So you always want to be a little bit careful about what people are touting and what they're saying. And of course I'm talking $100 EOS parties, and maybe all that was stuff that he didn't want to be associated with. Could be. I would completely understand that. But I'm not a principal of EOS, and I have nothing to do with it. I'm a private individual, and although outside of owning the token, you know what? I can do whatever I want to do. I mean, I can give you my opinions, and that's all they are. These what I say on this channel are my opinions. When I tell you EOS is a good buy at $3, that's my opinion. That's all there is to it. I'm not saying anybody should or shouldn't do it. I'm just saying that's my opinion. So if I want to have a $100 EOS party, that's up to me. If I want to throw the party, if I want to pay for the party, if I want to, host it down at the Hotel Del Coronado, which we had a video down the other day with my daughter. It's going to be a great video. I'll put a link onto one of it. My wife is also starting a YouTube channel too, so it should be a lot of fun. And we know some of the biggest YouTubers in the world. In fact, I'm a very good friend of my daughter's very good friend, FaZe Rug, who has a formula for YouTube. It works very, very well. So yeah, we know a lot of people on YouTube. I know a lot of YouTubers through my daughter because she has a lot of subscribers, and she knows a lot of people in the social media world. So I'm making this hopefully, so Dan can hear it, and I'm hoping that people out there will tell him, because it's with $400 if you can get him to say yes. And like I say, he has every reason in the world to say yes. He should say yes. He should want to say yes. He should get on as much media as he possibly can. In my opinion, he should be trying to get on every media outlet that there is out there and talk up the blockchain, because it's the greatest, in my opinion, the greatest smart contract blockchain in the world. It works the best, smoothest, blocktivity, whatever, it works. And if you want to show something that's actually working very well on the blockchain, just show them our challenge application, because it is. And there's been some other interesting challenges. We've been trying to get listed with the Exodus wallet, and actually got Exodus to get back in touch with us. So many people, we issued a challenge. I can't remember, I think we had 100 and 200 EOS for anybody to get us listed on the Exodus wallet. And Exodus got so many requests for us to be listed that they actually contacted us and told us that they would like to list us. They will list us as soon as possible, but at this point they have certain criteria that needs to be met. They didn't tell us what that criteria is, but they basically said, yeah, they're looking at it, and they just wanted to let us know that they thanked us for all the requests that they had for them to list us. So yeah, these challenges do work. That's number one. Number two is Binance. We put a challenge out there for people to for us to get listed on Binance, and we got Binance to get back to us and told us thank you very much. But at this time, we didn't meet their criteria as far as being listed on Binance. But we got enough people to contact them that they actually got back to us. So we have Exodus and Binance both got back to us because of challenges that we made on the challenge application. So hopefully somebody gets a hold of Dan, lets him know that I want to talk to him. Would love to have him on this channel. Would love to give him a platform to talk to probably 5,000, close to 5,000 subscribers, and like I say, maybe 20, 25, 30,000 people that may click on the video at some time in the future. So hopefully that happens, and we can get Dan on here and get him to talk a little bit, and get him to talk about where we're going, what they're doing, and what his vision of blockchain is, and what his vision of how he thinks this is all going to happen in the future, and maybe talk a little bit about what his hopes are as far as the future of EOS, and so maybe we can get a little bit out of him as far as what something that's in the works, something that hasn't really been talked about anyplace else. So there's $100 or $400, I can't remember how many EOS. I staked 130 EOS for someone to get Dan Larimer to come on this channel and talk with me about his blockchain that he developed, that he built, or had the idea behind building it, and how we can make it more known to everybody else, so more and more people can know about this, and it can get a lot more activity. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much.